Today, community members gathered across our region to honor the legacy left by Martin Luther King Jr. Right now, we're taking a live look out at Ashland, where the annual celebration filled every seat in the Ashland Armory. Following several performances and keynote speeches, the community carried on the tradition of marching to the plaza to hear Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech. Thanks for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Samantha Cadera.
And I'm Oscar Rodriguez. NewsWatch 12's Grace Ritz was at the event and spoke with attendees about how Dr. King's legacy lives on today.
This is King's last sermon. We're not where we want to be, but thank God we're not where we used to be.
Ashland residents packed the Ashland Armory for the 38th annual celebration honoring the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The drums, singing, and speakers helped carry out the theme. The time is always right to do what's right.
He speaks out against war. He speaks out against poverty. And all the things that you thought by now, all these years later, would be gone and we'd have to worry about. But no, it's still in our process. I do work with schools that the kids are still having to deal with the hatred words that are going on from their colleagues, classmates every day.
After the event concluded, those same people that crammed the Armory earlier carried out the yearly tradition of marching to the city's plaza to listen to Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech.
Will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream.
The speakers and songs served as a reminder that this day isn't just a day off. It's a day to reflect, remember, and take action.
You still have to continue to work, and it's okay to come to the program and spend 2 hours of your time for the entire year to start the work.
Reporting in Ashland, I'm Grace Ritz.
Right now, we're taking a live look out at Mount Ashland, which remains closed due to a lack of snow. The snowpack in southern Oregon is about a third of what it should be for this time of year. So what's behind this dry and snowless winter weather? Well, let's check in with Storm Alert Weather 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. How unusual is this, and can we expect something to change going into the week?
Well, it's not too unusual to get a big ridge of high pressure like this, but it has been just so persistent and through much of the west, including Colorado, the Pacific Northwest, the snowpack is well below normal. Take a look from this weekend above Crater Lake. Beautiful view. Yeah, there's snow, but it is well below where we should be for this time of the year. Current snow depth at the Crater Lake Visitor Center, 32 inches, well below the average of 73 inches. That is what's normal for this time of the year. And throughout southern Oregon and northern California, the snowpack between about 30 to 40% below where we should be of average. So we could definitely use more rain and snow, of course, but this high pressure doesn't look to move anywhere. We stay dry this week. We will look for some higher level clouds to move in as we head into tonight, but it should be mostly clear except for the Grants Pass area. That fog has already settled in. Visibility very poor, 36 degrees right now. It's 35 in Klamath Falls. We've fallen to 47 degrees in Medford and 46 degrees in Wairika. Tonight, look for those temperatures to tumble down to about 39 degrees in Brookings. Sub-freezing temperatures for all of our inland areas down to the 20s in Medford and Wairika, and falling to 19 degrees in Klamath Falls. We do have a freezing fog advisory in place, the Grants Pass area into the Illinois Valley primarily. That will go through noon tomorrow. So still going to be seeing those temperatures pretty chilly in the Grants Pass area. We should break into at least a bit of sun, but you will notice some increasing higher level clouds as we go throughout the day tomorrow. Our forecast looking to stay dry this week. I'll let you know if there's any hope for precipitation as we go through the weekend into next week, coming up in just a bit.
And a famous hot chicken franchise is gearing up to spice things up in southern Oregon. The Dave's Hot Chicken Medford location opens its doors this week. I stopped by to see how they're preparing for their soft opening.
Thursday, Southern Oregon is turning up the heat as Dave's Hot Chicken will be opening the first location here in the Rogue Valley. A new hot spot for some chicken lovers.
The famous hot chicken franchise will have their soft opening Thursday, but on Friday, it will be its grand opening. Officials say they're excited to be open to the community and have people try their delicious food items.
We've had such a warm reception from everybody down here so far. Whenever I go anywhere, people see my jacket and they're so excited. So we're really just excited to get this open and get it going.
Before this Medford location, the nearest one was in Eugene and Springfield, plus a few in Portland.
We've opened up quite a few in the Portland market to a great reception. And you know, Medford, Southern Oregon is just a really great market for restaurants.
This now gives Southern Oregonians a chance to try the famous Dave's Hot Chicken. Customers can choose their spice level, from no spice all the way to their hottest option, the Reaper. And if you're brave enough to go that hot, you even have to sign a consent form before taking a bite. But before the restaurant opens, the managers and employees are trained to prepare for the big day.
Mac and cheese coming down.
Doing hands-on experience with cooking, guest service, and running through different sort of scenarios that they could encounter with guests.
Really want to make such a good impression with the guests from day one. You know, we want to get them some practice ahead of time so they feel confident and they're competent and they know what they're doing.
For the grand opening on Friday, the first 100 people in line will receive swag bags. From Medford, I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
We've been tracking new tenants at the Foodery, and Northwest Pizza is open for business. Curbside King will be the next restaurant to open in the food hall, but currently has no clear opening date.
And just a few months ago, when SNAP benefits were paused, a local couple who owned a food truck stepped up for the Grants Pass community, which they were born and raised in. Now, just a few months later, Patrick and Misty have become owners of a popular local restaurant, Jimmy Classics Drive-In. Patrick and Misty Hoadley started with a food truck, then officially became the new owners of one of the city's most iconic diners.
We really wanted to make this diner great again. When it first crossed our paths, at first we were a little apprehensive, but then we said, you know what, let's do it and let's go all in.
Patrick added that while he and his wife will focus on building an enhanced reputation for Jimmy's Classic Drive-In, and during the winter, they'll also ensure that the restaurant has a special Blazin' Monkeys flair. City leaders in Ashland got their first clear look at the state of city-owned buildings last week and what it could cost long-term to fix or replace them. A new facility study shows many buildings are aging, raising concerns for safety, accessibility, and maintenance. City officials are left to rethink where city services should belong. Building evaluated inside the community centers include City Hall, the police station, and other key operation buildings.
Is going to almost surely be a question in front of our local community about what they're interested in investing in. And so it makes sense that we don't have those specific numbers because there's actually other questions that we need to answer first. And part of that is, what does the community actually want?
City Council did not make any final decisions in their study session and instead plan to bring this up with Ashland residents at their next town hall this Wednesday. City Hall is currently closed due to poor working conditions and building issues.
In a traffic alert, emergency slip-out repairs are set to begin on the I-5 near Dunsmuir tomorrow, impacting northbound traffic. Caltrans District 2 says one northbound lane and the on-ramp at exit 729 will be closed between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily, with a possibility of weekend closures. Detour signs will be in place and drivers are asked to slow down through the construction area. These repairs are expected to be completed by the end of January.
Last month, the Southern Oregon Solar Company shut down, leaving dozens of employees without jobs. Now, 2 of them are turning that setback into a new start. After Pure Light Solar shut down without warning, 2 former managers decided to take a risk and launch their own solar repair company, rather than walking away from the industry.
Tears that day.
Yeah, not a lot of things make me cry, but I was crying that day for the team for sure. It's estimated that there are roughly 35,000 solar installs in the state of Oregon that the original solar installer's gone out of business.
They say their focus is helping customers abandoned by companies that shut down. And tomorrow morning on NewsWatch 12 this morning, we'll take a closer look at how they're rebuilding after the layoffs and what it can mean for thousands of Oregon solar customers.
This Friday, Talent will host its quarterly art walk, welcoming art lovers and families to partake in the event and its new features. From 5 to 7, 10 different venues will showcase various pieces of art. This quarter, the Talent Historical Museum will show children's artwork from 2009, which highlighted their favorite parts of Talent. This event will also debut a tiny treasure hunt challenge to add an interactive twist.
And looking ahead, Texas Roadhouse is turning a night out to eat into a way to give back. On February 2nd, Texas Roadhouse locations nationwide will donate 100% of the profits to the American Tendonitis Association. Locations nationwide will donate 100% of profits to the American Tendonitis Association, honoring late founder Kent Taylor. The Dine to Donate event supports research and resources for millions of people living with tendonitis. Anyone who dines at Texas Roadhouse on February 2nd will be contributed, and with every dollar of profit going directly to the American Tendonitis Association.
And the sun is about to unleash its largest solar radiation storm in more than 20 years, causing the northern lights to be visible farther south, including here in our region. Some experts say they may be visible as far south as Alabama.
So we're going to toss it over here back to Matt. Matt, do you have any luck or chance that we might see it over here?
Yeah, we'll have at least a chance, and the viewing should be pretty good when it comes to cloud cover. We do have a few high clouds that'll work in overnight, but generally mostly clear skies expected. The only caveat will be for the Grants Pass area. It is very foggy right now. Not going to see good viewing due to that freezing fog, but elsewhere it does look pretty good. Just you want to move away, of course, from city lights. That'll be your best chance. And it's no guarantee, but it's a pretty good shot that we could see the northern lights tonight. And of course, we'd love to see your photos.
Yep, keep sending them over.
Even if you can't see them with just your eyes, you can use your camera with a long exposure time to see them. And if you get any pictures, just like Matt said, be sure to share them with us on Facebook, on our app, or email them to us at newsdesk@kdrv.com.